The golden mean. The United States, once just the scene of grandiose stage comebacks, has now turned into a secret land for Jungkook. Not just to relax or enjoy a break, but really on a serious mission. And after a few days of endless puzzles, the veil finally began to open little by little, and its contents really shook the world of K-pop. Many thought Jungkook's departure to the United States was just part of his usual promotional activities or just a vacation after a tough time in the military. But the truth that is now beginning to leak from reliable sources is far wilder than anyone's imagination, including even HYBE's own insiders who have been known to keep secrets. This time, all of them could no longer stem the rush of news circulating. And when the army heard the real details, some were in tears, some panicked, and many felt betrayed by Jungkook's residence all along. Jungkook, who is known to have working standards beyond ordinary human reason, prepares everything secretly. Since 2 months before his departure for America, he has locked several legendary studios in Los Angeles and New York. Even one of the Grammy-winning producers had leaked that someone from Asia secured 3 weeks of full-time work for them in fantastic exchange, and that person turned out to be Jungkook. He didn't come alone. He brings with him a small, secretive team of new producers, songwriters from around the world, and a mysterious figure believed to be the lead composer of a new project that has nothing to do with HYBE. It's not just about the album. This is an acquisition. In a world as full of control, exclusive agreements, and strict management as HYBE, Jungkook's decision to operate on his own outside of his parent company's radar is shocking. It took advantage of the post-conscription moment not for a break, but rather to organize a revolution. This news reached HYBE's superiors not from staff or managers, but from a leaked American media agency that captured Jungkook in a secret meeting at a New York rooftop bar with the CEO of a major independent label known as the System Shaker of the American music industry. Who would have thought? Sweet Magne, who once only knew how to sing and dance, now sits side by side with the tycoons of world music. On the other hand, Jungkook's agenda in America is no less surprising than his musical affairs. One of his covert agendas that is now starting to unfold is his presence in a closed event organized by Netflix and Amazon Prime alternately. She was invited as a special guest, not to perform a song but to talk about a potential documentary collaboration about her. Not an ordinary documentary, but a cinema verite format that will record his journey from a Daegu child to a global icon. One source from Hollywood said the project was initiated by a big name who had handled the documentary Beyoncé and Lady Gaga. If the project comes to fruition, Jungkook will be the first K-pop idol to be given complete freedom over the narrative of his life within the Western industry. A revolutionary move the army has never imagined. However, all this is just the surface of a deeper hidden agenda. Some fans who had caught Jungkook exiting NASA headquarters in Washington, D.C. gave rise to wild speculation. What does a South Korean idol have to do with the American Space Agency? The photos that went viral showed Jungkook dressed in casual clothes and a black hat, escorted by 2 well-built foreigners into an area that is not for the public. Speculations have sprung up, from the theory that Jungkook will be involved in a collaborative educational space project, to the crazy theory that he is preparing the first concert in orbit. It may sound like fiction, but when you look at how Jungkook has always rejected conventional boundaries, could it be a sign that he is indeed planning something that no one has ever done? So, what about the fans? Is the army prepared for the possibility that Jungkook will be in America more often than in Korea? Will this be a new phase in which he becomes a global independent artist? Many began to question, where is HYBE in all this? Do they approve? Or have they lost control of their assets? In several off-the-record interview sessions leaked to community media, several HYBE insiders gave ambiguous answers. "We believe in Jungkook," one of the executives said, "but we can't stop someone who already has his own thoughts about his future." The statement, while diplomatic and sound, actually raised concerns. Jungkook is no longer part of BTS. It has evolved into its own entity. Entities powerful enough to move without permission. In between, Jungkook was also scheduled to meet Coldplay's Chris Martin, who praised Jungkook as one of the most honest and light-hearted musicians of his generation. There is news that they will record a song together, but with a very experimental genre, mixing ambient elements with ethnic vocals and old Korean language. Sounds wild? Of course. But that's Jungkook now, a creature beyond anyone's expectations. And don't forget, in between all this busyness, Jungkook still took the time to meet with a select few American fans in a private session completely organized by himself, without HYBE involved. During the meeting, he only said one sentence that made them cry. "I want you to know me not because of BTS, but because I am who I am." That sentence, as simple as it was, became a turning point that hit the army like a sledgehammer. Is that a sign that Jungkook is starting to break away from BTS's shadow? Is this the beginning of a new era in which Jungkook stands as a global icon with a new, completely independent identity? And when asked about BTS's comeback, one of the journalists who met with HYBE's internal team revealed that they have not been able to confirm when all the members will reunite. Jungkook, they said, is in a phase of personal exploration that cannot be interrupted. Suddenly, this statement made BTS fans around the world waver between supporting Jungkook's solo dreams or longing for the complete BTS lineup as it once was. But, ready not ready, the world is now witnessing a new phase of the Golden Magne, from a hidden studio in LA to a mysterious penthouse in Manhattan, from an exclusive invitation in Silicon Valley to an intellectual meeting with scientists. Jungkook seems to be treading a path that has never been taken by any idol. It's not just about pursuing a career. It is shaping a new history. It could change the face of K-pop forever. The ARMY can only wait, waiting for surprise after surprise to come from Jungkook. But one thing is for sure, America is not just a transit point for him. America is a new stage, new battlefield, and maybe a new home. Jungkook's schedule isn't just hectic, it's mind-boggling. Even for a global superstar who has become accustomed to living in the spotlight, the agenda he has compiled in America resembles the work plan of a head of state more than an ordinary artist. While the world thinks he is enjoying a quiet time, in reality, Jungkook is working in silence. No announcements, no promotions. He chose the silent path, a path full of strategy, silent but striking. An exclusive source from inside industry circles said that Jungkook attended a secret technology event that could only be accessed by important world figures, including Elon Musk and some of Silicon Valley's top investors. And this is where the puzzles get wild. What does a K-pop singer have to do with high-tech? Is this just an ordinary visit? No, not just a guest. Jungkook is said to be a silent investor in an artificial intelligence project that connects music and neurotechnology, a technology in which music is no longer just heard, but perceived directly by the human brain through neural stimulation. That it's not just about the song. It's about a revolution of the musical experience.